Welcome to day 2. We're gonna make a noise maker. So we have our little penguin here. Again, make sure that everything's still running. Cool. All right, so we're gonna start off with, again, this is the noise maker. The tools we'll need is a glue gun, we'll need your wire strippers, we'll need scissors, an index card, a popsicle stick, a very small motor. This is a buzzing motor, like the ones on cell phones. We'll need a piece of copper wire, a cup, some white tape, and your little project. Okay, so we'll start off with the motor. So these are tiny little motors. They're very, at least the wire is very delicate. Right, so when you strip these, you want to make sure to be, just be mindful of how far down you go, because these are very short. And again, you can yank these out from the bottom. So only hold it from the wire itself when you strip. And you want to use the smallest size hole right here, which is the size 20. You put it in there, and you just take your time. It'll take a few tries because it's a lot smaller. See that? And I have some more hanging out right there. Let's see the red side. There it is. So now both sides are good. Alternatively, you can also grab your copper wire, and instead of stripping these, you can try to twist this on. So you can twist it on without wire stripping it. These already have a small portion of stripped wire because they're meant for circuit boards. Again, like your cell phones, like your tablets, your Nintendo Switch, your game consoles, your game controllers. But yeah, so you can do that. You can try and twist it on and see if it makes contact, but it's not as reliable. So try your best to strip these, just like that. Okay, so now again, you grab your copper wire, and only one side gets a copper wire. I'll choose this blue side. And it does not matter, just unlike your LEDs where polarity does matter, this motor does not care. It's gonna buzz no matter what, as long as you give it power. Right, there it is. And let's test this out. So I'm gonna unplug my battery pack from my little penguin. Alright. And I'm gonna put the red, let's do this. We'll put the black lead with the blue side, and we'll put the red one with the red one. And let's see what happens. Yeah. See how it's buzzing around? You can hold it in your hand, and it'll feel like a cell phone almost. You can make it dance. Oh. Just like that. But yeah, just have fun with it, mess around with it. Try and figure out what it can do, what it can't. And you can even like start messing around with the cup. Let's see what it does with the cup. It's kind of cool. All right, so the next step, you want to unplug this. Now that we know that it's working, and unplug it, and you grab your index card and your scissors, and you cut a small strip. It's gonna be smaller than your pinky, and then from this little strip you cut a little square, just a tiny little square like that. And what we want to do with this is glue it onto the flat side of your motor. Your motor, the little rotor right here has two sides. The thing that spins has two sides. And you want to glue it onto the flat side. But you also want to be careful when you're gluing, because again, this is a delicate motor, so you do not want to get any glue between the motor housing and the little spinner, the little rotor. Okay, so the way you make sure that you don't get any glue in there is by putting glue onto your little piece of paper, and then you glue the motor onto this. Just hold it there until it cools off. Alright, once it cools off, you can rehook it up to this. Mess around with this a little bit, see what it does. See that? Oh, that's alright. You can re-glue it on, or even cut a new piece. If it keeps falling off, you can glue it like I showed you, but then put some glue right on top, right up here, so you make sure it doesn't fall off. Okay, once you have that done, you want to glue your little motor onto your stick, your palito de paleta. And same thing, we don't want to get any glue between the rotor and the housing. So we want to put glue on the stick and then glue the motor onto that. Just like that. Okay, let's test this. There it is. Okay, now we know it's working. So let's do our cup. So for this to amplify sound, to make it really loud, you need almost like a horn, like a bullhorn, like the ones that the yard duties have. This is gonna make it really loud. And you wanna mount it onto your project with some white tape, or any tape that you have. Put a strip inside, just like that. And then let's tape it right there for now. We're gonna adjust this as we go. Okay, so check this out. So the black lead, I'm gonna put it with this one right here. And the red one's gonna go with the red one. See how that's spinning? So you gotta experiment, you gotta make sure so you want this to be as loud and as annoying as possible. So you're gonna stick it in there You gotta find the sweet spot. That's pretty good right there. Okay. So now that we know we can do it, we're gonna put a little glob of glue right here. You put your palito, and you don't want to glue it flat. You want to glue it at the angle that was working really well. So you gotta hold it at an angle until it cools off. Alright, so your project might have a different size board. So you can come in through the side with your palito, right through here. You come in at an angle, however it works best. It doesn't have to be straight back into this. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so it's not the sound I want. So now I can adjust the cup. Right, you can drop it a little bit lower by releasing the tape. Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, so how are we gonna wire this whole thing into our system? That's a big question, because we want the LEDs and the little sound maker to light up at the same time. So again, you have some extra leads right here. These are all parallel. Okay, so all the negative sides are in one row. All the positive sides of the LEDs are in one row over here. So we're gonna jump onto that and okay, let me show you. We're gonna jump onto this parallel circuit. So we're gonna choose the negative side over here. We're gonna wrap it up right there. You can wrap it up. It could be in the middle. It could be all the way in the bottom, all the way on top. As long as it's on, as long as the motor gets power from the negative side and the positive side, it should be working. Cut off any excess. This little red lead is still gonna be on the positive side, but it's gonna be way down here. And always test your circuit. You see how it's turning on and off with the LEDs? Okay. Okay, I've wrapped both leads now. And we tested it. Okay, now I'm gonna put my cup where I want it to go. Okay, so there's different ways to adjust this. Again, you could move your tape around. Or you can push down right here. Yeah. So you can, so other ways you can adjust this is by either making the little piece of paper bigger or smaller. You could even remove the whole thing and just have your little weight right here hit directly on the cup. And that'll make different sounds. The reason this thing vibrates is because if you look at it closely, again, it has a flat side and a rounded side, right? So it's an offset weight. So when it goes around, it's gonna be vibrating, right? It's not gonna be balanced. So that lack of balance is gonna cause it to move up and down. Or not move up and down, but just vibrate. Right? But yeah, let's see how this sounds. This is with no paper. Just the metal. Yeah. So yeah, make it as annoying as possible and leave it on if you want, or you can turn it off with your little stick. Yeah, cool.